She was told the modeling world had no space for her. She showed up anyway. Then she showed up again, and again, until 2 million people were watching her every move. This is the story of Gia Blaze, the woman who turned rejection into a revolution. Welcome back to the Famous Beauties channel. Before we get into the full story of this amazing model, if you love discovering the real journeys behind your favorite influencers lighting up your feed, you are in the right place. Hit that like button and turn on notifications, because stories as powerful as this one deserves attention. Gia Blaze is not your average content. Born on April 6, 1988 in the United States, Gia grew up as a girl who never quite fit the narrow boxes the world kept trying to put her in. Today, she is 37 years old, based in, and has built one of the most recognizable presences in the plus-size modeling space online. With over 2 million Instagram followers, 200,000 fans on Threads, and an active, loyal community across TikTok and Twitter, Gia is not just a model. Her bio says it simply. Down-to-earth, content creator, lots of fun. But the story behind those few words are far from simple. After finishing high school, Gia developed a burning passion for fashion and modeling. But this was an industry that, for a long time, had one look, one size, and one standard, and it was not built for women who looked like her. Most people in her position would have. Gia did the opposite. She made her very first Instagram post in February 2018. A small, quiet step that most people barely noticed. But Gia kept going, post after post, day after day. She was not waiting for an invitation. She was building her own table. By 2021, OnlyFans, where she took full creative control over her content, on her own terms, without filters, without apology. The platform rewarded her authenticity with over 350,000 hearts and more than 7,000 pieces of content that proved one thing clearly. When you stop performing for others and start creating for yourself, your audience finds you. And they found her. Gia Blaze stood out by doing something radical, being real. She never pretended her life was flawless. She never tried to shrink herself to fit into a world for her. Instead, she used every platform available to shout something that millions of women had been waiting to hear. Your body is not the problem. The standard. Her content is a blend of bold confidence, genuine warmth, and unapologetic self-expression. She champions body positivity not as a trend or a hashtag, but as a daily practice, something she lives and breathes and brings into every photo, every video, every caption. Brands, collaborations followed. Her audience did not just grow, it deepened. These were not passive scrollers. These were people who felt seen for the first time. That is the difference between a following and a community. Brands, income infographic style visuals, lifestyle shots. So what does all of that consistency and courage add up to? As of 2025, Blaze's estimated net worth sits at approximately $450,000, with monthly Instagram earnings alone ranging between $4,800 and $6,000. And that figure is on an upward trend. Factor in her content platform revenue, brand partnerships, and her expanding multi-platform presence, and the picture becomes very clear. Gia has turned authenticity into a sustainable, growing business. In an influencer marketing industry now worth over $32 billion globally, Gia Blaze is proof that you do not need to be the biggest name in the room to make a serious impact. You just need to be the most genuine one. But here is what the numbers cannot. Every time Gia posts a photo without apology, every time she shows up confident and unapologetic in a space that once said she did not belong, she gives someone else permission to do the same. She has become a mentor and motivator for women who have spent too long hiding from cameras, mirrors, and believing their worth was tied to a dress size. Her platform has become a mirror that reflects back something the world rarely shows. Beauty without. Gia Blaze did not just build a following. She built a movement that says loudly and clearly that everybody deserves. If Gia's story moved you, if it reminded you that the world needs more realness, more courage, and more unapologetic self-love, then share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. Like, comment, and subscribe to stay connected. Powerful biographies of the creators who are changing the game. We'll see you in the end. As one.